saying if the jump works.
Okay, if the
Then
jump
I'll
works,
still pay it.
no, it's only 60. Okay.
Okay. But if not, can you still get it towed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just, there's no pump. What happened when you're driving? When you're driving, you shut off again. He's not supposed to die.
Yeah.
Once he's on, he's not supposed to die.
Why do you think it died?
Probably gonna have alternator problems.
So this happened today, but we put oil in it and then it works fine.
Oil has nothing to do with it.
But, I mean,
Life's
it's
just
not-
getting crazy and crazy for us. That's it.
I don't like that noise. Go ahead, try it again. Hold on. We're going.
All right, so we had to get we're having more problems. We had to get the car towed. We might have to get the car towed. He's gonna try to fix it up. The car randomly just died. We're on the street and it just died. And me and Sean are about to go to get some pizza, and then bam, just died. So now we have to give pretty much all our money that we had to the tow guy. It's gonna suck. I feel like things is getting worse and worse. First a lawyer, now a dead car. It's just like I feel like what else can get worse? But it's okay. Things will get better. You know. I feel like at this point anything's impossible. So we just gotta keep going. I feel like you gotta take chances, and I feel like we've already been through a lot already. I feel like we just gotta keep going and just not giving up. It's one of my motives. I always said to you guys, never give up. Anything's impossible. So I'm just gonna keep going.
Let me tell you right now, I think that is a day I will never forget. I was with the Hall brothers. We went to go meet their lawyer. If you didn't know, Louis Vuitton is suing them for $30,000 just for skateboarding. And we meet the lawyer, we leave, and we go to our friend JR's office. They go on a podcast called Psychic Wave Podcasts. And super cool, really excited for them to be on the podcast and talk about what they're going through. But on the way there, the car makes a horrendous noise on the freeway. There was no oil in it. There was no oil in it. We turned the car off and it wouldn't turn back on. Thankfully we were in like the auto parts parking lot and they put like 5 quarts of oil in it. It turned back on, thankfully. We got to JR's place. On the way back, we decide that we're going to stop downtown for some pizza, and the car, while turned on, just dies. And that's where we were last night, just in the middle of downtown Los Angeles with the car dead in the middle of the street, and it wouldn't turn on. So they call a tow truck, it's like $80. Before we decide to tow it, we asked the tow truck guy, can you jump it? And he jumps it, and it turns on, thankfully, but it's like not in good shape. So he puts this stuff in the engine that looks like honey. It took like a half hour to pour in because it was so thick, and he follows us back. And the car made it. Man, it just was a day that I just wanted to get home really, really badly. But anyways, fast forward to the next day. It was a much better day. I met up with my friend Winter, and Winter is a very special guy. I met him through a Vsauce video years and years ago. He's been to every Starbucks on earth. Well, specifically 14,800 and something of them. That's his life goal, to visit every single Starbucks on earth and drink a little bit of coffee from each one. I've met him back home in Pittsburgh, I've seen him in Houston, and now we met in LA. So, I'm in the car with my friend Winter at the moment. We met a few years ago through the internet, which I meet a lot of people. I found him in a Vsauce video. He's been to over 14,000 corporate-owned Starbucks.
Oh, it's like almost 15,000 now.
Almost. And how long have you been doing that for?
Since 1997, so longer than many of your listeners have even been alive.
Longer than I've been alive. I was born in '99. So we went to Starbucks near MacArthur Park, and then we went to an indie shop, which was called Tilted?
Tactile.
Tactile Coffee. Which was, I think is also in MacArthur Park. So now I'm gonna head back to the Metro and then head back home. And then you're going to, where are you going after that?
I've got a new Starbucks to see in Culver City and another new Starbucks to see in Venice.
and I'm still considering trying to track down one more independent coffee house, but I am a little bit coffeeed out. I haven't even finished the coffee from that MacArthur Park Starbucks. I gotta drink this before I go into the airport. I mean, if I don't drink it, the store doesn't count.
Yeah, so
Rules are rules, buddy.
what time did you fly in today?
I took the red-eye flight leaving 9:44 p.m. out of Maui last night. Came in at 4:30 we landed. By the time I got off the plane, it was like 5 a.m. By the time I got over to Hertz and got my rental car, it was closer to 5:30, and I was just able to pull on the side of the street and crash for a few hours. Because otherwise I'd be like completely dead right now. I'm still pretty tired, even with the coffee. But sometimes you have to do these red-eye flights just to make the schedule work.
Yeah, and then, so that was this morning, and then you're going back to LAX to catch a flight.
Yeah, I gotta fly down to Panama to see my mother. That is not a Starbucking trip. There are Starbucks in Panama. There's 9 of them, but since I last went 3 months ago, they haven't opened up anything new. But there's some pretty good independent coffee in Panama. See if I can find something new. If not, I'll go back to Paddle Coffee Roasters, which is a really good roaster down there.
Yeah, so one day in LA, not even one day, just probably less than like 12 hours about, just to visit some Starbucks and more independent coffee shops. Check out his website, it's starbuckseverywhere.net. It's one of the most fascinating things to me and one of the most interesting ways to travel the whole world. There's so much going on up there and it's absolutely incredible.
Travel is the name of the game.
It is. All right, awesome. I'm having flashbacks to last night when the freaking van got stuck. I was right over there, right where Winter had just dropped me off. I'm downtown, and I'm gonna catch the expo back to my house because I live just outside of it. The rest of the days is gonna be working on the EP, honestly. Which I guess is the first time I'm mentioning it. I'm working on an EP. I've been teasing some of the songs here and there, and I'm super proud of them. A lot more singing in this one, a lot more writing opposed to just producing electronic music. And I literally just missed Expo back to my house by a second. Next one's in 5 minutes, it looks like. No big deal. Today has been one of the coldest days in Los Angeles, I think, since I moved here like 6 months ago. I'm about to go drive the van for the first time. It made it back last night. We left it on for a while and it was starting up and shutting off just fine, but more or less a test drive to see if this thing works. First drive since this thing broke down completely. Let's see what happens.
This flashlight.
There we go. Go good.
Ready?
See, sounds fine good.
Sounds all right.
That's perfect.
We'll
What?
see. After a small trip, it runs. It doesn't run like new or anything. Alright, so I've got this track I've been working on for a while. It's called West 33rd. As far as the EP goes, it's like the most electronic track on the album, but it's like production-wise, like probably my best. I'm having a little bit of trouble writing lyrics to it because like for some reason, even though I left space for it, it's not coming together. And I've written like a verse that's really, really good, I think. But to me, I need to change up the production a bit in order to get there to really sound like it fits and it makes sense. I started learning the song on guitar just to write to, and I really like how the guitar sounds instead of like the electronic verse. So what I'm about to do, I'm gonna try to switch out, make a new version of that track where the first, like the intro is a little bit electronic and then kind of breaks into more acoustic and then builds up into like the really electronic and really sick production that I did on the chorus. That's the goal right now. I think I'm gonna time lapse it, see what comes out of it, and see what happens. So it didn't really take me that much time, actually. I've been working on this song for maybe a half hour. I pretty much cleared out the first verse, like production-wise, and I wanted to go with like a pop structure with the guitar. Super hyped about it. The lyrics fit really well. I've been trying to write lyrics to this for forever, but before I decided to put this song on the EP, it was like way too electronic, but I'm really happy that I can like transform it into fitting more along with what I'm doing. Alright, looking like I'm going to end it off here for today. When I was working on those songs, I ended up taking them over to my friend Grizz Rivers' house. He's doing some co-production and like mixing on this EP. His stuff's super good. Really happy to have him working on some of this stuff with me. And we spent like 10 hours yesterday working on 2 songs for this EP. So I'll keep you guys updated with everything I'm doing with that. I'll see you later. Peace.